Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today I'm bringing the top 10 games with dice. That could be a single die or multiple dice. And this ultimately is a game that I feel that has been merited, that it's a game I enjoy and something I enjoy with dice particularly. But of course it might be possible to play without dice, I'm not sure. Either way, let's crack on with number 10. So in at number 10, we have got the game Pit Crew. I'm going to show you a picture just to show an example of where the dice are relevant, as it's not easily spotted. And there we are, we have some dice over here to do with re-rolls and stuff like that. So it's a game that I don't give a massive high rating for, so you can see based on games that I have played with dice that are unique, yeah, it's an 8 out of 10, it's very highly rated. But compared to its obviously rating of 6.5, it's not too high. And I haven't played it much. 2 plays isn't significant, but yep, I don't own a copy. It's not on the channel. But yeah, it's a swift game to play, not bad at all. I found it just fits well for that kind of age party thing, quick to play. Okay, next up, Catan. Now, I give this game a 6. Now, I have played, obviously, regular Catan. I have played 3D Catan. I've played about 20 versions of Catan. But it's the 5 to 6 player extension that makes the game take about 20 minutes instead of 90 odd. They say 120. I think even with new players, I've never had to take that long. And it's the designer, in fact, I have walked past at Essen in Germany in 2018. And I find that, yes, if you're playing 2 sets of dice, that's what it's all about. You're playing the game really fast, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of bidding, a lot of stuff going on there. Highly enjoyable. In at number 9. In number 8, we have Perudo, Liar's Dice. Well, it's got dice in the title there, so as you can see, very effective, great bluffing game. It's one of my favourites. And yeah, I highly recommend it. As you can see, there's a video course on the channel if you want to type in Perudo or Liar's Dice. It's one of the most watched videos as well. So hopefully you enjoy that. It's been recommended by many other sort of stations and networks and TV things. So yeah, I'm doing something right. They seem to somehow enjoy finding me. So there you go. Up next, we have Rivals for Catan, my best version of Catan. And for Rivals for Catan, yes, it's a 2-player game. It's also one of my most watched videos on the channel. It's always up there. It's always around 5th or so in any particular month and overall. And yes, you're rolling dice to determine what is actually going to occur, what a particular resource is triggering, but also what else you're getting. Now, there's, of course, all the other videos on the channel relating to the expansions, which are fantastic as well. I highly recommend this very fantastic, slightly hidden gem game. It's definitely getting more traction, especially in the last couple of years. So there we have Rivals for Catan, a 2-player card game, also by Klaus Teuber. Next up, Quacks of Windenberg. That has one die that doesn't do much. It's something that I have to admit, I don't say make or breaks the game, but having this one die here, all it's doing is it's giving this person who happens to come first the ability to get something extra. That alone isn't very interesting at all. You don't need it in the game. So why do I choose it? Well, it's controversial because I don't think it is essential, but if you happen to get first pick of going the furthest round to a quarter and exploding, you do get to obviously use the die. And it's the fact that you're trying to push yourself, that's what's a push luck game, makes you want to get it. So that is why it's there. And that's that little small thing to that game that just maybe enhance it even more for me. I'm not sure. Maybe we could take it out, try it out that way and see how it feels. But again, it just feels like that adds that race element to it as well. Next up, a zombie dice case. The name, of course, is in the title there. Again, it's only got a 6.2 rating. But I just think it works really well. I just think that it's very straightforward. It's, you could say, slightly humorous as per the category there. But I feel that it's just a game that you're rolling dice. It's a small container. It's a very loud container. So that's why I put in some extra sort of silencing stuff in there. But it's very effective. Just to try and be the first person to reach 13 brains. It's very straightforward. As you can see, someone else has got other dice here for some reason. Of course, you could play with other dice potentially. But yeah, it's very nice. Obviously, nice dice. The color coding is a fantastic idea as well, just to show you obviously distribution. Just like, oh dear, the trepidation. That has been zombie dice. Next up, we have Crosstalk. Now, there's no pictures visible here presently. But yeah, there is a die, and it's just telling you which particular random sort of number to pick. Now, I will be bringing a video to the channel. It's a game I prefer as much as Codenames. I picked up a copy for £15 that wasn't even had its shrink unwrapped for the cards it's playing with. Very clever game involving trying to make sure that you can get across a message without everyone else understanding what it is first. Okay, so you're using those dice purely to choose a number. You could just pick from the top or pick any old thing, but of course this adds a nice element to it. One minor thing against it is people say because it's Americanized, you have to watch out for that. But you have 6 options, and there's plenty of options there. Unlike the game Hit List, whereby with those options, yes, there are a few more Americanisms, and you can have one thing. You're only picking that one thing you can go off. Next up, we have Dizzle. I've talked about this in another video, and that was another top 10. This, of course, you can see lots of dice. Using those dice to cover off squares and spaces to ensure that you can try and get across the board. Very straightforward. I like it. It's tense. I think that tension in a way I think as I'm getting older, could be a bit too much for me at times, but there we go. 23 log plays, you can see I've really enjoyed it, as opposed to, of course, Crosstalk just at 8. And next up we have Stone Age. So Stone Age does involve dice. You can see them right down here in this smelly leather cup, and that's what it's known for, that smelliness. And yeah, beautiful board by Michael Menzel there. And it's very nice. What you're doing is you're using those dice to, whatever that gets rolled, it lets you know how many you could be getting, because you're trying to roll dice, and if you happen to roll a certain number, say over here for brick, if you happen to roll 2 dice and you get a 7, you'll get 1 piece of clay. But if you happen to have 2 4s, or let's say a 2 5, 2 6s, a 4 and a 5, whatever, basically coming up to 8, you are going to get 2 pieces of clay. So you're trying to get as much as you can based on what you have, but of course it could vary because it's luck of the die roll. So you just want to mitigate that luck. And each time you're playing it, you're mitigating it. That mitigation can be a bit overwhelming and thinking that, oh, well, it could be luck of the dice and stuff. I've never had a bad luck of the roll necessarily. It's never been, the score's been close enough that I don't think it's averaged out or anything like that, unlike other games. So I found, obviously there's Architects of the West Kingdom, which is very similar to this. I still prefer this though. I thought I was going to prefer the other one, but then this has come back to its fore for me, because whenever you play it, you just really get into it. Like I said, very close scoring when you play it more and more with other people. Scores in the 300s, and it's only about 8 points in it, so it can be very good. Of course, you can get more resources down here too. Very enjoyable, and yeah, very highly rated for me. It's been in my top 10 of all time for many years, and it's a great sort of intro game. Like I said, there are other games which do have luck in it, such as Grand Austria Hotel, which has fallen for me, having had some bad die rolls in multiple games consecutively. And in at number 1, we have Encore. Again, talked about this before, involves dice, it's a roll and write, so there will be another play that's for roll and write. Excuse me for that, I thought I went pause the video. And in this particular game, yes, you're rolling dice to cover off certain columns and rows to get certain points and be the first to do it, and ultimately do that to gain greater amounts of points. So we are dice rolling, involving dice, makes a lot of sense in this list. This has been Knockmal, aka Encore. I've played all 7 pads and stuff. I chose not to put them all in the top 10, just to variate it and just give you more options. So there we go, another game by the artist Leon Schiffer, just like obviously we have the game Dizzle, which is also by Smith and Stronghold Games. Hope you enjoyed the list. Let me know your thoughts. Please subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, share, add your comments in, and via the description you can support the channel via Patreon. And of course, follow via those links through to Instagram, over 2,200 photos currently.